So now I'm going to come back to the life force of the river here at the bottom of Cataract Canyon. The last 24 miles of it are sadly flooded by the waters of Lake Powell. And we're looking south about 140 miles toward the Glen Canyon Dam. But you see the force of the river contained right here in this demarcation line of silt. The Colorado River is one of the siltiest rivers in the world, and this silt is full of nutrients, and when it runs to the sea, through the Grand Canyon and other places, it builds up beaches and backwaters, and as well as providing nutrients for the flora and fauna that depend upon it. So put a dam in the river, and you deny the rest of the river its life force. And by fragmenting the river, we have essentially played God with nature in ways that we're just beginning to understand now. Now, one of the most ill-advised things that I did in this entire trip was paddling alone across Lake Powell in the heat of summer over 4th of July weekend. And I quickly learned that it was wisest to travel at night when all the revelers were asleep. And I can assure you that I got in touch with that place that John Wesley Powell wrote about so eloquently 143 years ago, where you can still feel the music of these magnificent Wingate and sandstone walls, where you can still, even though there are thousands of more than 1,000 ruin sites that are inundated by the reservoir, you can find a few that are still quite intact. Unfortunately, often defaced. Here you see a ceremonial kiva built more than 1,000 years ago, actually destroyed by motorboat vandals, but the Park Service has rebuilt it. But those vandals could not touch fortunately, these petroglyphs up on the wall, about 20 feet high. They're extraordinary petroglyphs because you can see a shield and a spear, and they've never found a shield and a spear in any of these Anasazi remains